Hi everyone, I'm Kim and welcome to It's a Fangirl World's first live chat. We're looking to do this frequently and hope it's something that you'll like, and welcome and thanks for joining. I decided to do our first live chat. I originally wanted to talk about express transportation at Walt Disney World. This is not the magical express that takes you to and from the airport, but the special transportation system that Disney started back in December that took you from park to park. And I wanted to fill everyone in on this magical service during our first chat because I just experienced it and I really enjoyed it. Unfortunately, just about a day after I decided that I wanted to share this information with everyone, Disney announced that they were terminating the service, which actually officially ends on August 23rd. But I still think it's an important enough system to take a look at, and hopefully it's something that Disney considers bringing back at some point in time. Hi, Brian. Thanks for joining me tonight. All right, so if you're watching and you're not familiar with the express transportation, it's a service that you could add on to a park hopper. You would pick a bus up inside of one of the 4 Walt Disney World theme parks, and you would take the bus to another park. And it would drop you off within the parks, so you never had to go through security again for a second time. I have a flyer that managed to make itself back with me from my trip. I did not know that they were going to be canceling this, or I probably would have taken better care of the flyer. Hi, Stephanie. Thanks for joining me. And you could find this flyer in the Disney Resort hotels, and I did not find any within the theme parks as I first entered, but they were definitely available where you would pick up the express transportation. So if you didn't know that the express transportation was there, you might have missed the flyer, but they were available, and it gave you information on what the express transportation was, and on the back it would give you the listing of the different places within the parks that you would be able to catch the bus. So when you arrived at one of the places in order to pick up the express transportation, you would use your magic band. You would check in about 10 minutes before the bus was scheduled to leave, and then you were escorted by a cast member backstage in order to pick up the bus. There were a lot of perks, I felt, to this transportation system, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of disappointed that they let it go, because this was one of those things that had more perks than kind of negatives to it. The first and the biggest perk to me was that you only had to go through security one time. If you entered the Magic Kingdom and went through all of their security measures, as soon as you did that and you decided you wanted to hop to Epcot, you just pick up the transportation bus to the backstage area, and you were dropped off in a backstage area at Epcot, and you kind of bypassed that security for a second time. This to me was a big thing. I have a backpack that I always carry because I have 2 kids, 11 and 6 years old, and even when I visited in June without them, I was carrying a backpack with a water bottle in it and, a couple things that I might need in the parks. And it really kind of slows you down when you have to go through security. I'm sure everybody is well aware of that. I see more of a line in security than for people to go through bag check than going through a no bag line. So a lot of people I know, if they use Park Hopper, would definitely have benefited with this. You could avoid the metal detectors a second time, bag check. Going from Magic Kingdom to Epcot, you would save at least 30 minutes just using this transportation system. With express transportation, you're dropped off in the middle of the magic. You would take at Magic Kingdom, you would pick up the express transportation at Buzz Lightyear, or right beside the exit to Buzz Lightyear, and you would take that backstage. They would drop you. If you were going to Epcot, you would be dropped off to the east side of Spaceship Earth. If you were going to Disney's Hollywood Studios, you would get dropped off back behind Rock and Roller Coaster. And if you're going to Animal Kingdom, your drop-off place was back near Kilimanjaro Safaris. So, I mean, you're bypassing the entrance, the walk from the bus stop all the way to the entrance, and security. It was definitely had a lot of perks to it in regards to bypassing security. The transportation ran every 30 minutes. It was like clockwork. I mean, if it said the bus was leaving Magic Kingdom at 12:10, it was leaving at 12:10. I never had a delayed bus. I never worried about when was the bus coming to pick me up. It was a lot easier to plan my day, knowing the times that the buses would pick up. And located at where you picked up the bus within the park, there was a sign that told you the times. So you would know, okay, this is when I need to be back. You could plan your day a lot better, as opposed to walking back to the beginning of the park where you are then guessing when is the bus going to show up to take me to another park if I want to hop. It definitely maxed out your park hopping time. If you have a park hopper and you like to visit multiple parks in a day, this definitely was the way to max that out. And so I'm very sad that they took that away from us. Without express transportation, I would not have known how large Animal Kingdom was. It was really a neat way to take a look backstage. I'm a former cast member, did the Walt Disney World College program a few years ago. And so I got to see backstage, and it never got old. I really enjoyed seeing the backside of magic. And this was a way to kind of relive that without having to pay for an extra tour. And I kind of miss not being able to do that anymore with this short-lived service. Animal Kingdom is huge. I had no idea how big it was until we went backstage. And I have to admit, getting to see the Tower of Terror from behind as we pulled up was really, really cool too. There were a few negatives to express transportation, just a few, not a lot. You couldn't add this on before your trip, which I think really made it less advertised. Travel agents couldn't promote it. A lot of people did not know about it. I mean, just based on things I've been seeing on social media, people had no idea what this was. And so it really made a difference in how many people were actually using it. Another negative, and I mean, this is not a huge negative, but it didn't start running until 10 a.m. And I wish it ran a little bit earlier than that. My daughter and I decided that we were going to head to Disney's Animal Kingdom. We'd already been there the day before, but we wanted to go back to see if they had any Banshees. And so we took the bus over at park opening, which was 8 o'clock in the morning, and we did not find any Banshees, so we were going to head over to Magic Kingdom, but we weren't able to use the express transportation because it was not running yet. Hi, Brian and Leah. Yes, I was just getting to that part too about the storms. The other negative thing, and this is the last one really, was you could not take the express transportation during storms, which was weird. They said it was a safety thing because there was not anything covering you backstage. However, if you're walking from the entrance to the park, let's say Magic Kingdom, to your buses, and you're in Pop Century, which is one of the furthest ones away, you're walking most of the way uncovered. So I'm not really sure their justification there, but they did not operate during storms, or if a storm was approaching and maybe the storm would be in the area before you got to the next destination. I'm sure the arrival of the minivans no doubt made this new express transportation go bye-bye. But the minivans, I think they're not without their negatives as well. I know that those of you that are watching right now have heard of minivans, but in case you access this later and you haven't, the minivans are Disney's new Uber Lyft service. And with minivans, you pay per use. There isn't a multi-day rate like there was with the express transportation. And with the minivans, you get dropped off right at the gate, just like the bus service. So you still have to go through security and you can't avoid security. And I don't know. I don't think they are comparable, really. So I'm not really sure why they would eliminate express transportation. I guess maybe just the lack of people using it. I know that when Leah and I went on the express transportation in June, we were the only two on it. And I mean, I thought it was nice because it was kind of like VIP, but I can see why they might not have wanted to keep it if it was always, you know, really low attendance on it. But I don't know. Hopefully Disney will rethink that and bring it back. I hope, Stephanie, that they bring it back by your trip in December. I know that you wanted to do that, and I'm sad that you didn't get a chance to experience it. Well, that's all for today. It's just a quick chat, about 10 minutes, and if you have any questions or any comments about express transportation, if you've done it and you want to leave your comments, or if you haven't done it and you have questions, please leave those in the comments as well. And please feel free to share this broadcast, as well as tune in the future. Let us know if there's something that you really want us to talk about. We'll be more than happy to entertain whatever chats you want to do, because we really want to engage with you guys. Oh yes, Brian, the buses did have wonderful air conditioning. That was that was nice. We got on a bus that was very warm. But that was just one time. Thanks for joining me today on It's a Fangirl World live chat. And if you enjoyed watching, like or share. And if there's a topic, again, leave it in the comments, and we would love to chat what you want to chat about sometime. Until next time, keep living the magic. Bye-bye.